Welcome to this explainer. Okay, so we're looking at a fundamental rewiring of the creative process today. There is this massive shift happening right now, and it's being driven by some really specific tools, namely Remotion and HyperFrames. We're literally entering the era of AI-native programmable media. Basically, generating motion graphics and complex videos. It's no longer this manual, frame-by-frame chore. This explainer is tailored specifically for you creative professionals out there who want to figure out how to use these tools alongside AI to generate dynamic media. And spoiler alert, you absolutely do not need to be a seasoned software engineer to take full advantage of them.
All right, so here's our roadmap for today. Section 1, the AI video misconception. 2, what is programmable media? 3, the AI translation bridge. 4, Remotion versus HyperFrames. And finally, 5, the director's new role. Let's dive right in. Section 1, the AI video misconception. Okay, so if you've spent your career manually dragging keyframes around in After Effects or Premiere Pro, you know the drill, right? You're used to a very specific manual timeline workflow. And when AI first entered the chat, a lot of creatives, maybe even you, immediately assumed it meant giving up total control. So what actually is AI native video when we're talking about professional tools like Remotion and HyperFrames? Look, if you're an editor or a motion designer, your mind probably jumps straight to those viral, kind of uncanny text to video clips floating all over social media. But we've really got to separate that hype from the actual utility that's reshaping production pipelines right now. Seriously, when we talk about this new workflow, forget text-to-video systems, synthetic generated scenes, cross them out. Prompting for random cinematic footage? No way. That generative sludge is just one tiny, narrow slice of the landscape. True AI-native video for creatives is all about programmable multimedia composition. Using tools like Remotion and HyperFrames, it's about building dynamic, reusable motion systems rather than just crossing your fingers and generating random pixels. Section 2. What is programmable media? Now I know, programmable media sounds a bit intimidating, but the shift is actually pretty simple. Think about your traditional workflow. You manually place clips on timelines, you animate keyframes by hand, you literally push layers and pixels around. But the Remotion and HyperFrames approach, it's totally different. Instead of all that manual labor, you describe how scenes should behave. You define adaptive layouts and responsive motion. You're essentially building systems that know exactly how to respond to data and content. It's a total game changer. Think of programmable media as a system where your video becomes composable, dynamic, and totally reusable. Powered by these tools, you aren't just exporting a single flat MP4 anymore. You're creating this scalable, AI-assisted motion graphics pipeline that can adapt on the fly. It absolutely changes your output potential. And here's a massive misconception. A lot of people think this is only good for basic kinetic typography or like simple lower thirds. Nope. With tools like HyperFrames or Remotion, you can orchestrate full live-action footage, auto-sync dynamic charts with podcast audio, and build complex branding systems that actually automatically recrop for vertical social media. It's the whole shebang. A complete fusion of motion design, generative graphics, and software systems, all working together in one seamless composition. Section 3, the AI translation bridge. Right about now, you might be thinking, okay, defining behaviors sounds a lot like coding, and I'm a visual creative, not a developer. Well, this is exactly where AI steps in and saves the day. See, AI actually really struggles to open After Effects or Premiere and drag visual keyframes around. Those tools are heavily visual and interactive. But tools like Remotion and HyperFrames, they're built on structured tech like React, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And guess what? AI models are remarkably good at writing structured code from plain text. So while AI struggles with visual timelines, it literally excels at declarative styling rules. So here is your new workflow. Step 1. You, the creator, describe the mood, the visual hierarchy, and the motion graphics you want. Step 2. The AI acts as your translator, turning your intent directly into code. Step 3. Remotion or HyperFrames generates the executable visual system. Boom. You get a perfect automated rendering pipeline, and you never have to memorize a single line of code syntax because the AI handles all the implementation for you. Section 4. Remotion versus HyperFrames. These two heavyweights basically represent different philosophies of the exact same core idea. Remotion leans into a production-ready, highly extensible, and slightly more developer-oriented environment. It runs on React. HyperFrames, on the other hand, well, it's built from the ground up to be purely AI native, utilizing lightweight HTML and CSS for a totally conversational workflow. Let's break them down. Let's look at Remotion first.
It boasts a really mature ecosystem. Because it uses React behind the scenes, it's incredibly powerful for complex, scalable video pipelines. Say you need to build thousands of localized, data-driven motion graphic templates for some massive ad campaign, Remotion is absolutely your heavy-duty engine. And since AI models understand React perfectly, it's incredibly easy to have AI assist in the build. Then we have HyperFrames, which represents this next evolution in pure AI accessibility. It uses web-native building blocks that are heavily optimized for rapid agentic generation. You can rapidly iterate on a video composition or a motion graphic simply by having a conversation with the AI. It's wild. It allows you to stay entirely focused on art direction and storytelling, generating results instantly without ever having to peek under the hood at the code. Section 5. The director's new role. Whenever AI enters the chat, creatives immediately panic about being replaced. But the truth here is incredibly empowering. Just look at what AI actually automates: the implementation, the repetitive setup, generating adaptive layouts, and building the animation scaffolding. But you shape the meaning. You shape the emotion, the narrative, the aesthetics, and the creative judgment. The AI handles the tedious setup so you can handle the art. So the ultimate takeaway is this: your role is shifting. You're moving from a manual operator to a visual strategist. Instead of trimming timelines by hand for hours on end, you're now directing intelligent systems inside Remotion and HyperFrames. Your core skills in visual communication, storytelling, and editing rhythm, those are exactly what make you the perfect director for these new AI models. This shift from manual media assembly to AI-assisted media orchestration is really only just beginning. Tools like Remotion and HyperFrames are laying the foundation for a future where motion graphics and video are entirely composable and programmable. You don't need to learn code, you just need systems thinking and clear prompt direction. The AI is ready to be your production team, so the only question left is, are you ready to direct the system? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.